Hello, sixth graders. I have big news for you. This is Unit 35 on page 228. Well, that's not the big news. The big news is this is the last spelling unit of the year. I'm pausing for your cheers. I can just imagine that in the classroom. Okay. Hopefully you've learned a lot from this book, though. I really do like it. It's challenging, I know, but I really think you have to really step up your game. I apologize. I've been fighting this raspy voice for weeks now. I think it's my allergies, but okay. On to the words. This week, the words are words that sound similar. Go down to the bottom here. Words that sound similar to each other, or when they are homophones, their spelling can be easily confused. So these are very similar. Sometimes they're pronounced differently, so we can't just say they're all homophones, which would all sound the same, but they're very close to each other, and the definitions are oftentimes confused. So I'm going to talk through this in a little more detail with some of the ones I think you might need help with. Hopefully this will help you as you do the unit. And remember, if you're working on this and you can't remember a word, this is a video that you can come back to, okay? Number one, adapt. If you adapt something, you change it. Did you adapt his play for television? So did he make some changes to it so that it was able to function in a different way? Number two, adopt. I don't know if I need to go over that one. Number three, personnel. That's usually a term to refer to the people that work in a specific place. They are the personnel. Four, personal, meaning it deals specifically with that one person. Number five, stationary with an A means it doesn't move. Stationary with an E, I always think of the E like writing letters. It would be the paper that you use to write a letter to somebody. Number seven, advise is a verb, something you do. Advice is a noun, be something you give. Number nine, formally means in an official method. Formerly, number 10, means happen before. Number 11, the two complements. Complement with an E means it goes along with something. With an I, it's like telling somebody, hey, I really like that jacket you're wearing. That's a compliment. Number 13 and 14, accept and accept. Number 13 is everyone except somebody. So, but, or excluding somebody. Number 14, accept means like to accept a gift. Number 15, device is a thing. 16, devise is a verb. Number 17 and 18, emigrate and immigrate. Here's how I remember these. Emigrate starts with E, which stands for exit. So you leave a place. Immigrate starts with I, and that makes me think of the word into. So that means you come into a place. And if you read those sentences they give with this, that should also make sense with that. Number 19 and 20 may be two words that you are not familiar with at all. Imminent. He was in imminent danger of the tornado. Imminent means something that is going to happen. It is imminent that the school year will come to an end. It's going to happen. Number 20, eminent, pronounced a little bit differently, but the eminent senator gave a rousing speech. Eminent means somebody who is well known. Okay, so your sorting are going to be homophones, ones that sound exactly the same, and the rest would be similar but not identical in sound or spelling. As I'm looking at this, I'm thinking this might be a little bit difficult. So do your best with that, and I don't want to give you the answers right now. I want you to kind of work through that. But it seems to me like the accept and accept could work up in 1 through 4, although those are not answers that they have in the book. So try your hand at that page, and if you have questions or get confused, we have Wednesday's Zoom. We can talk about it. On to page 229. The first section says, write the spelling word to complete the group. So they are words that are kind of forming a group or one idea, and then you would have a spelling word that would fit in with those. Let's look at number 4. Informal, formality, The word that would fit in with that, give you a second here to think about it. The word that works is formally. So you can see they don't necessarily have to mean the same thing, but it's kind of forming a group. Number 10, let's go down to that one, because I think that one can be a little bit challenging, at least from my notes from previous years. Number 10, business, employer. So we have a business, which would be the group. The employer is a piece of that. The people that work for that employer would be called the personnel. So that would complete that group of words. Next section, write the antonym, means the opposite for those words. Number 13, let's look at number 13. The opposite of abandon. Well, if you abandon something, you give it up. So if you do the opposite of that, I think there's two answers that could work for this. The book gives us the answer of adopt. I can see where the word accept, A-C-C-E-P-T, could also work for that. But use the word adopt because that will help your process of elimination. Okay? The last part, an idiomatic phrase has a meaning as a whole that is different from the meaning suggested by its parts. So it doesn't mean exactly what it's saying word for word. In a dictionary, the phrase and its meaning can be found in the entry for the main word before the etymology. The etymology tells you where the word is from. Write the spelling word that completes each idiom. So the idiom, left-handed blank. This idiom, left-handed blank, means praise that has an insulting meaning. Some of these idioms are usually hard. The answer to 18 would be compliment. A left-handed compliment, C-O-M-P-L-I-M-E-N-T, means you're saying something that sounds like it's a compliment, but it's really not. It's the opposite. So you understand why that's an idiom. It does not mean anything about being a compliment or positive. Number 19, leave to one's own blank, meaning to allow to do as one pleases. The answer to that, if you want to pause this, if you don't want me to tell you right away, but I'm going to tell you right now. The answer to that would be leave to one's own devices. D-E-V-I-C-E-S. Means you let somebody do as they please. And the last one, blind blank, and it's part of the word that ends in A-N-C-E. Take or agree to things without questioning them at all would be blind acceptance. Okay, I helped you out quite a bit on this page. Hopefully that will be good for you. The next page, page 230, complete the pairs. Write the pairs of spelling words to complete each sentence. And they would have to go in a specific blank. It does matter the order for these. Let's look at the first one. The woman who blank has been ambassador to Germany, blank addressed our graduation class. Boy, that seems tough right off the bat, so I'm going to help you out with that one. The woman who, so she had been doing something. So she was formerly, F-O-R-M-E-R-L-Y. She had done that before. She was formerly the ambassador to Germany. Formally, F-O-R-M-A-L-L-Y, addressed our graduation class. So for each one of these, the two words that you pick are going to be the two that kind of go together. Okay? These are tough ones. I'm debating whether or not to give you another answer here. Let's look at number 3 and 4. The blank doctor knew a flu epidemic was blank. So the first blank, this would be a doctor who's well known. And the word that would be referring to would be eminent, E-M-I-N-E-N-T. He knew that a flu epidemic was, like it was going to come. There's no way around it. That would be imminent, I-M-M-I-N-E-N-T. Hopefully that helps you out. And then the last section is a big one here, and there's a lot of words there, so you can cross those off from your choices for the ones you have left on the top. Simply filling in the paragraph. I do have a note to myself that there was some confusion in previous years with number 18. So let's look at that. Then blank a plan. So you're going to come up with a plan. The book uses the word devise for 18. In my opinion, adopt works well there, but then that's going to kind of mess you up for the rest of them. So for number 18, use the word devise. Devise a plan. Okay, then you have the misspellings on the next page, and then you are done with the book. Great job, you guys. We have really been making progress even with this distance learning. I'm proud of everything you guys have been doing. So happy to see when you are turning work in on Edmodo. Really, truly, I am proud of the work that you guys have been doing. So keep it up. We are really nearing the end of our year here. And you've made a lot of progress. I wish we could be together in person for me to tell you how simply proud I am of all that you've done. All right, have a great week and get to work on those assignments.